Then we are going to welcome our next team, Team 24 from Roland High School. They're going to talk about building hopes. Please welcome Team 24.
Hi everyone, we're Team 24. Our research topic is building hopes. Our research focuses on the rising number of homeless individuals in London, UK, analyzing the effectiveness and limitations of current policy, while proposing an innovative solution to address homelessness. We aim to answer three key questions. 1. The causes and needs of current homelessness in London, UK. 2. The advantages and disadvantages of current government assistance programs. 3. Budget and timetable for setting up new shelters. In London, the majority of homeless are aged 36 to 55 years old, accounting for 30%, while those aged 26 to 35 make up 28%. We assume that the primary reason for their homelessness is the inability to afford housing. Next, we'll examine the key factors contributing to this phenomenon. First, the rent. Due to the inflation, some people are no longer able to rent houses for themselves, leading to becoming homeless. Second, the no-fault eviction policy. This policy allows landlords to remove tenants without providing a reason. Third, racism. Some landlords refuse to rent houses for certain ethnic groups, making it harder for them to find stable housing. Fourth, unmet psychological needs. Many may assume homeless is self-inflicted. In fact, some have jobs that were abandoned by their family due to mental or physical reasons. Next, we examine existing policy. On November 4, 2023, UK Home Secretary Celia Beckman announced plans to introduce new laws restricting homeless individuals from using tents. This proposal sparked widespread debate, prompting us to summarize its key pros and cons. Pros: cleaner streets. Many tents improve city hygiene. 2. Encourages formal aid, pushes homeless individuals to seek shelters and support service. Cons: harm the homeless, leave them in harder conditions without alternatives. 2. Doesn't solve the problems, fail to address root causes such as housing shortage and poverty. 3. Raises isolated concerns, seen as lacking compassion may spark public backlash. Based on our analysis, we have proposed a more feasible and beneficial plans. Building hopes. Each letter of hopes have profound meanings. H stands for homeless. O stands for opportunities. We provide various jobs, include shelter roles and local enterprise partnerships. P stands for power. We provide safe and stable housing for the homeless to reduce healthy risk caused by them. Once residents are able to rent houses by themselves, they will be asked to move out. ES stands for emotional support. We provide specialized psychological and employment counseling for homeless adults, using AI-powered therapy to help them heal from trauma, combat isolation, and regain stability. To implement the partner component, we propose repurposing the vacant buildings in the UK. With real estate prices remaining high, acquiring new buildings may place a significant financial burden on the government. In contrast, making use of the already vacant buildings is a more cost-effective and sustainable solution. In fact, across 25 London boroughs, 442 are identified dead spaces. Among these spaces, 58% are temporarily closed, while 26% are permanently shut down. Additionally, 17% have no clear plans for reopening, leaving their future uncertain. As for the reasons for these buildings being empty, 27% are because tenants left, while 23% are because service closed. This tells us that these buildings were once fully functional and have the potential to serve meaningful purposes again. To transform these vacant buildings into new shelters, we must also consider how to encourage property owners to support the initiative. To gain their cooperation, we'll establish usage rules for the homeless, such as requiring them to clean rooms regularly. Additionally, we'll request the government to assign staff to conduct regular financial subsidies for property owners to increase their willingness to participate in this program. Since most people tend to focus only on the physical needs of the homeless, such as food and shelter, while ignoring their psychological needs, our shelters provide counseling and support service. We will provide psychological and career counseling to help the homeless rebuild their life through therapies, job training, and employment support. Also, we have implemented AI-powered counseling systems, which can enhance compatibility and reduce labor costs and expand our service reach. This software will conduct emotional analysis and personalized advice, offering a more inclusive and sustainable mental health care system. We primarily use in-depth interviews and data analysis to understand their experiences and perspectives. This method helps us gain deeper insights into their backgrounds, the current situations, and the challenges they face, and also their view on current social welfare policies. Based on our findings of our research, we have designed a budget plan for the solution. First, we have allocated £110,000 for facilities and job creation, including building renovation and daily utility costs. Next, for establishing counseling system, £63,000 will be used for hiring psychologists and provide job training. £40,000 will be used for research and investigations, such as survey design and data analysis. To ensure smooth operation, £31,000 will be used for administration expenses, such as staff salaries. Next, £6,000 will be used for social enterprise collaboration. With both core goals and our budget plan, we have also developed a project timeline for the implementation of each phase. Phase 1, project planning and background research. This phase will focus on identifying resource requirements and data collecting. Relevant literature and statistics will also be gathered. Phase 2, in-depth analysis of requirements. To better understand the specific needs of the homeless, interviews and surveys will be conducted with social workers and relevant organizations. Also, a site study will be conducted to determine the availability and the size of the potential shelter location. Phase 3, Space and Counseling Service Plan. Outline the designated areas within the shelter, such as reception areas, restrooms, bedrooms, resource distribution zones. Essential services will also be provided, such as food and water provision, and our counseling system. Phase 4, Execution and Initial Operations. This phase will focus on resource integration, coordinating volunteers, materials donation, and partnerships. Phase 4. Phase 4 will have a small-scale trial run to test the functions of the shelter and ensure smooth operation. Phase 5, Project Assessment and Future Planning. A thorough impact assessment will be conducted, analyzing the operational data and evaluating the effectiveness of the shelter. Our project supports vulnerable groups by providing them food, shelters, counseling, and job training to help them regain stability. It also enhances disaster response by optimizing shelter use and resources allocations, ensuring a timely and effective solution during emergency. By reducing government costs and improve public health outcomes, it provides valuable data for policymaking and long-term planning. Through AI counseling and collaboration with social enterprises, we have brought innovations into social welfare and create a more sustainable support system. Given those potential impacts, our project also improves social fairness by addressing policy gaps and changing homelessness stereotypes to help them have better social life. And the grant is crucial in shelter operations, counseling, and job training to help their life return to a more stable life. It also funds AI systems to to ensure the personalized support and efficiency. Additionally, collaboration with social enterprises provides sustainable jobs, reduce long-term reliance on social welfare. Next, please take a look at our pamphlet. Please take a look at page 2. Here are the key points that we want to emphasize again from our presentation, which is the definitions and meanings of hopes. Also, the role of AI counseling. Next, please look at page 3 and page 4. This is an AI-generated image about our ideal shelter. The 4th floor has a counseling room and a learning center. The 3rd floor is particularly designed for rest and sleeping, so male spectrums and female spectrums are designed. On the 2nd floor, public bathrooms and a laundry room are provided. Last, the 1st floor has a kitchen, dining room, and social area. Next, please look at page 5. Here are the ethical considerations about our shelter. First, control and monitoring. If we set too much strict rules to the homeless, they might feel like they lose their freedom. Second, community opposition. Some people living nearby may not be happy about the shelter because they think their property values will drop. Third, stigmatization. This shelter may reinforce public stereotypes and negative perceptions on the homeless. Fourth, fair resource allocation. If the resources aren't distributed fairly, people in need may miss out the support. However, we have also come up with some solutions for these problems. First, we'll create usage rules with the homeless to make sure that they participate in decision making. Second, we'll give subsidies or hold public forum meetings to include community voices and address their concerns. Third, we'll organize local events to help the homeless share their stories and break their stereotypes. Fourth, we'll establish a clear distribution system to make sure that everyone gets fairly treated. And that's all of our presentation. Thank you. Can I also be offered questions?
So impressive, so impressive. Creativity is amazing. We've got our acronym for HOPE. It's going to make your program very recognizable, easy to remember for people that need help, that will find you. Very impressive. I just have one question, which is, you were so good with the numbers in terms of your budget, in terms of, how to kind of achieve this. Very impressive. But one number I'm kind of curious about, if we can, is how many people can we help with your program? Do we have any sense of the scope here? Because we know it's a big problem. We talked about numbers of homelessness. Do we have any idea with the budget, how many people can we reach with something like this?
If we have only 250,000 pounds, we can only build one shelter for experiment use. So if this worked, we'll expand it to the whole UK. And in every shelter, we may have maybe hundreds of homeless. Yes.
I think you'll find in research that you get a grant and it gives you maybe a good start, and then you have to go back for more funding. So I think you have a very good point right there. So yeah, thank you very much.